The ocean is taller than the city because the city sits in a hole. That ocean is 7 meters above this man. One wall stands between them. 26% of this country should be underwater right now. 17 million people live there anyway. That street was 3 meters underwater in 1953. A mother pushes a pram there now. Wait, that ship is sailing above the highway, and legally the ship has right-of-way. How? 9 kilometers of steel and concrete holding back the North Sea. Built when computers filled a room. 2 arms wider than the Eiffel Tower are moving. Nobody is driving them. Nobody. They didn't just stop the sea. They reached into it and pulled out a province with shovels. Welcome back to Next Gen Manufacturing. The North Sea is a funnel. Every storm drives directly into the Netherlands. Always. At 4 a.m., the dikes broke. The villages were asleep. 1,836 of them never woke up. Ever. 150,000 hectares underwater in one night. One village lost 305 people before dawn.
No, you have to.
A mayor ordered a captain to ram his ship into a crumbling dike. 3 million saved. 17 days after the flood, the Dutch government said, "Never again." This time, a plan. He warned them for 20 years. They ignored every report. He died before he saw them listen. Here's the crazy part. Shorten the coastline by 700 kilometers using structures never built before. The plan was impossible. Step 1. Build a 32-kilometer wall straight across the violent open ocean. One straight wall, 32 kilometers. The North Sea on one side, a tame lake on the other. Cornelius Lely had one idea: close the entire Zuiderzee with a single dam. They called him insane. 10,000 workers, 27 dredgers, 4 simultaneous sites, building from the middle of the sea outward, vacuuming the ocean floor and piling it up. 36 million cubic meters, open sea. Woven willow mats sunk to the ocean floor first. Without them, the clay just drifts away. Gone. Shipworm ate the entire foundation from the inside. Hollow wood, corroding steel. The base is gone. Basalt, hardest volcanic rock, stacked by hand on the face. The North Sea stops here. 50 meters left, tide running at 5 knots, one chance to close it forever. They are waiting for slack water. The one moment the tide pauses, that is their only window. The current is fighting them. The barges keep dumping, the gap is shrinking. 30 meters, 10, watch. It closed. An entire inland sea cut off in one afternoon. One flag planted. The wall is 90 meters wide at the base. The North Sea has pushed since 1932. They locked the sea out. But locking it out wasn't enough. They wanted the ocean floor itself. This entire province was open water in 1940. Pulled from the lake in 27 years. Trap a patch of lake with a ring dike, then drain it. Nobody at this scale. The pumps are running. Inside the ring, the lake is falling centimeter by centimeter. Watch the mudline. They didn't plant the reeds, the wind did. Nature drying the soil. They planned it. This field is 5 meters below sea level. That ditch runs 24 hours a day. Always. This field is 5 meters below sea level. That ditch runs 24 hours a day. Always. A tractor crosses what was a lake last year. Engineers made the soil do that. The drained land is sinking. Draining compacts the clay. They engineered their own new problem. The drained land is sinking. Draining compacts the clay. They engineered their own new problem. Don't drain it too much. Keep some water in the soil. Controlled compaction prevents sinking. Always. 3 pumping stations. They have been running since 1942 without stopping. If they stop, Flevoland floods. 3 pumping stations. They have been running since 1942 without stopping. If they stop, Flevoland floods. My father was born on a boat above this spot.
Lake.
This was the first one, completed 1960. Everything they learned here, they used to build something bigger. This was the first one, completed 1960. Everything they learned here, they used to build something bigger. Build it on land, float it to sea, sink it. Done 13 times along the coast. Now you might be thinking, just sink it. 4 tugs fighting the tide disagree. Hard, very hard. Now you might be thinking, just sink it. 4 tugs fighting the tide disagree. Hard, very hard. Watch closely. Seabed anchors dropped in advance. Cables hold the spin. It sinks straight. Here's the crazy part. Sealing the sea inlets is destroying every living thing inside them. Here's the crazy part. Sealing the sea inlets is destroying every living thing inside them.
We are Kremtestai. We need to make sure this meets all the regulatory requirements.
It does. It's approved. That's what a mussel farmer says when you ask about the closed dam option. That's what a mussel farmer says when you ask about the closed dam option. Solid dam's done. 1 9-kilometer gap remains. The sea rips through it twice a day. If 1 motor, 1 spindle, no external power cables. Each gate is self-contained. If BOS fails, manual override. The storm surge hits concrete and steel, not sleeping towns. 0 flood deaths since 1953. Not because storms stopped, because the Dutch built something between them. They built a fortress against the ocean. The water is always there, always waiting. They built a fortress against the ocean. The water is always there, always waiting.